Hi folks, how are you? How's your weekend been? What have you been up to? Nice to have you all with us. I've got the window open today because it was really warm in this flat today for some reason. So it might just be a little bit noisier. So I'm gonna apologise about that. In case there's anyone that decides to walk past the window and have a good shouting match or something. Or beeping car horns quite frequently outside of ours. So I'm going to apologise now if there's any massively loud noise going on. But it's just too warm. What have you guys been up to? How was your weekend? I had a fabulous session with our Arty Farty community at the weekend. Finally finished our tentacle drawing, which was great. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Yeah, that was lovely actually. And I spent about 2 or 3 hours out in the sunshine, just sunbathing, not doing anything. Listened to a couple of podcasts, which is the only way that I can actually listen to podcasts, is literally just sitting there doing nothing else. Because if I'm multitasking, doing something else at the same time, I just forget to listen. I don't really concentrate on it. So yeah, so that was good. And I came across, actually somebody shared a podcast with me called Control Alt Delete, and she was interviewing the author of a book called The Artist's Way, which I have read. I read it when I was, at least read half of it when I was at university. It was probably the wrong time to read that book. But listening to the author of it, it was like listening to my soulmate. It was just absolutely amazing. She was talking about how, we're inherently creative as children, and then it kind of gets knocked out of us a bit, particularly when we start talking about being in the kind of creative industry, whether it's a writer or a actor or an artist, and we say as children, I want to be an actor. And more often than not, it's a parent or a teacher that kind of goes, oh, that's nice. And then try and persuade you to do something more sensible. So it was really interesting listening to her and trying to kind of get people's creativity back. Yeah, fascinating. And then I listened to another podcast that was all about questions not to ask an artist, which is really interesting. I'll see if I can share them below this for you guys to read, because they are good. What have we been doing? Hi Joe, hi Sue. Been hedge cutting. Excellent stuff. It's nice weather for it. What have you been? Cheryl, excellent. I've seen them. So Cheryl's been making some Arty Farty flowers out of paper, folded flowers, and she's been making them for teachers' presents. Awesome idea. Fab stuff. I love that. Yeah, it's all go. It's been a busy weekend actually. I had a family quiz which I won. What else have I been doing? The 1st of August, when we're opening up, we've hopefully got this kind of big event that's going to be happening on the field in the Ridgeway in Southborough. So I'm just finalising the details of that, and then I'll be able to share it with you guys. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, all sorts of things. I've been writing articles for Tommy Jar's local magazine. Yeah, loads of stuff I've been doing this weekend. It's been good. It's been nice to be busy again, not bored. So today we're going to look at bullet journals. So for anyone that's kind of joining us, if you've got a sketchbook or a notebook, or I've got some dot paper like this, or even if you've just got plain paper, that's absolutely fine. But hopefully you've got pencils, pens, felt tips. Felt tips would be ideal for this, but if you've got colouring pencils, just use those. Absolutely fine. And hopefully you've got a ruler with you as well. So the idea of bullet journals are basically a shortened way of journaling, and it's much more visual as well, and it's very graphic design like. So if you're a bit of a kind of neat freak, and you're liking kind of typography and stuff like that, this is for you. Bullet journals is for you. And quite often people use it to kind of track things as well, which is quite useful. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to do a mood tracker. Now, there's so many different ways of doing this, so many different ways. I'm going to show you one way, and we're going to use balloons to track our mood. So I'm going to drop you guys down so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing on the page. Let's just have a go. There we go. So I've just got my plain sheet in front of me. I don't know if you can see with this dot paper, but it has got lots and lots and lots of little dots which just help guide me at the moment. Hi Veronica, hello. No worries, watch away. So I'm going to crack straight on with my fine liner. So I've got a black fine liner. If you want to do this in pencil and then crack on and do it in pen afterwards, like a biro or fine liner or what have you, please do. So I'm literally just going to start with a circle in the middle, and then I'm going to build up circles. Now I need 31 circles because we're going to make this as a month's tracker, so I'm just going to keep going for 31, and I'm not going to worry too much about the ends of the balloons, you know, the little kind of tag bit at the bottom, until I get to the lower ones. So let's just keep layering some up. So I'm going to put one down there. And they don't all have to be huge either, so I might put like a little one coming out here. And the idea is that you use colour in these. I'm going to have to have a count up in a minute as well, because I completely lose count while I'm talking. So the idea is you use colour with these to be able to show you how your mood's been over the last month. Has it been kind of chaotic? Has it not? All of those kind of different things that you might think about. I'll put another one along here actually. There we go. As I say, they can be all sorts of different shapes and sizes. There we go. So I have seen this done before where it's not been balloons, but it's been like a bubble gum machine, you know, the old fashioned ones where you got this big circle bit at the top and the little stand where the bubble gum comes out, and then lots of bubble gums, round bubble gums in there. So I've seen that before as well for these, which has been lovely. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep going now. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, ooh, pen's running out, 17, 18, how many did I say? 31, 18, 19, 20, 21, add a couple more on the edge here, 22, 23, 24, oh, there's an odd shaped one, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, yay! So I've got my 31 balloons along the bottom edge, and I'm only going to do these for the bottom ones. I'm just going to add little sort of tags on the bottom there, so let me lift that up so that you guys can see. So I've just added a few just along the bottom row, and then what I'm going to do is, this is where my ruler comes in handy, is for the bottom row ones I'm just going to bring them into a point, and I've literally just picked a dot, doesn't necessarily matter, and I'm just going to draw some lines for the string that's holding all the balloons together. I'm going to add another one there. And then I'm going to add in just a couple more so that it looks like they're kind of going behind to the balloons up above. I'm not going to add in too many because I want to actually be able to see the lines. If there were 31 lines there, then you wouldn't be able to see them all individually. They'd just be in a big clump. There we go. And then kind of tie them off, and then I'm just going to do kind of squiggles along the bottom. like so. So I'm going to lift that up so you guys can see. So I've just done some lovely little squiggles along the bottom. And then I need to do a little legend of colour along the side. So the nice thing about the dot paper is that I know that all my squares are going to be in line with each other without having to use a ruler. So see, if you wanted to use a ruler, obviously you could if you were much more of a neat freak than I am. I'm just nice and messy. So I might put next to this, I'm feeling contented, excited, what else, maybe nervous, I might have a nervous day, bored, you never know, exhausted, and of course you can do as many as you like. There might be one later on in the month that you think, yeah, that's how I'm feeling today, so I'm going to add that along the bottom. And then the next thing I want you to do is just label them. So I'm going to start at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is where I find out I've miscounted. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is where you got to find all these later. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yay, I counted them right. So the idea is that you put colours down the left-hand side so that if today, so say it's the 1st of August, on the 1st of August, I should imagine I will probably be feeling very nervous because I'm going to be doing my opening event on the field. So I would colour that one in blue. So there's lots and lots and lots of different ways you can do this. And the idea is you get this really lovely, what colour should I use? A yellow. Really lovely overall look at how you felt over that last month. And of course this can be used for anything, you know, this kind of tracker. You could track how many glasses of water you've drunk for the day. You could be tracking things like a savings jar, you know, if you drew a jar and then kind of tracked it as you went along. You could use this kind of thing to track how much sleep you've had over the last month, if that's kind of an issue or something that you want to look at. So I'm just going to label it up at the top here. So again, these lovely dots do help me, but obviously please use a ruler if you feel like you need to. So I'm just going to put up here mood tracker. And just make those nice and thick because I've only got my thin felt tips with me. Go. And you can really play around with the kind of, as I say, it's all about typography and things with this as well. I'm being very messy with this one, but you can be as neat or as messy as you like. And really the idea is that making it look beautiful with all of your calligraphy and your beautiful typography is that you're going to want to come and do this. You're going to want to keep this up. I'm just going to add a bit of highlighting in there. Probably should have used a lighter blue. And then I'm going to write tracker down the bottom there as well. There we go. So you end up, whoop, hold that down there so you can see it. That's probably back to front for you guys, I've just realised that. But you can see the idea behind it. So another way of doing this as well, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier, You can also do it in like a whole year. So that says year in pixels for those that it's backwards for. Apologies about that. And I've got all the months along and all the dates down the side. And then each month's actually got 2. So you've got like a morning and an afternoon one. And a legend down the side. So we've got excited, content, normal, loving or loved, grateful, nervous, sad, frustrated, exhausted, and bored. And then you basically build up the colour, and that's for a whole year. But again, you can really play around with the kind of the font and the typography. It's the only thing about Facebook Lives is that you have to see it back to front. But I will take pictures of these and I will post them below so you can see what I mean. But it's just a nice thing, especially if you're doing it for the year, or if you're separating your bullet journal into months. It's a really nice thing to be able to put at the front of each month or at the front of the book, just to kind of keep a track on your mood, how you've been feeling, so that you can maybe just become that little bit more self-aware of what's going on. It's just a really nice, quick, easy, visual way of journaling. So you don't have to write pages and pages and pages of stuff, entries or what have you. What else do I need to tell you guys? So I'll take photos and I'll put those underneath. But yeah, things like water consumption, how much sleep you're doing, how much exercise, how much savings you're making, all sorts of things like that. You can really use this to track. And again, just journaling really. Tomorrow you will need pretty much exactly the same. So you'll need either your dotted paper or your sketchbook, felt tips, colouring pencils, ruler, fine liners, any kind of drawing pens, anything like that, calligraphy pens even, they would be quite nice as well. What else? You might need a highlighter tomorrow. So if you've got any highlighters, make sure that you've got those with you. I think that's it. Yes, excellent. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I will see you again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. This is week 17 of our Facebook Lives. Can't believe it's week 17. Next week is going to be our last week of these live Facebooks, because I will start reopening the studio after that. And I need a week to get it ready because it's a little bit of a mess in there. I need to get it sorted. So next week is the last week. Tell me what you would like to do for next week. So post a comment below, let me know. And it could be literally anything. I'm leaving it entirely up to you guys to choose. Thanks so much for joining. I will also pop in the comments below the link if anybody would like to donate to Arty Farty Retreat. Obviously, if you can't donate, do not worry. This is free. Please do share it though, if you're able to, and tell other people about all the amazing things that we're doing. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Have a good day. Bye guys.